This is lesson 40 of our A-level physics no-nonsense lessons, and this one has the catchy title, Motion Along a Straight Line at Constant Acceleration. Usually we would call these the Suvat equations. Okay, and the majority of this lesson is going to be about deriving these equations of motion for a body which has constant acceleration. And we've already got two of those, but before we get into it, let's remind ourselves of the quantities that are associated with motion. There's S, and I'm not going to bother drawing the arrows over the vectors now. S, U, V, and A are all vectors. S, which is the displacement of a body. Displacement, let's try spelling it a little bit more correctly. Displacement of a body. We've got U, which is the initial velocity of a body. We've got V, which is the final velocity of a body. We've got A, which is the acceleration of the body. And we've got T, right, that's smack bang in the middle, which is the duration of motion of the body. And we call it T because it's tempus, it's a duration. So it is related to time. With that, so it's a bit more centered. That makes me feel happier. Right. So those are the five quantities. The five quantities related to motion in kinematics. There are other ways of describing motion. We could talk about displacement. Not displacement, I don't know why I said that. We could talk about momentum. There we go. Momentum with a P, but we're going to reserve that for when we talk about dynamics and changes in motion and what causes them. At the moment, we're just looking at changes in motion and just, predicting what that motion is doing without asking the question, why? So we're looking for equations that relate these five variables together. And it turns out we have five equations, but those five equations are used to relate any four of these five quantities. And we've already met two of them before. So the first of these, and different derivations will number these in different ways, but this is my preferred way to number them. It does deviate from textbooks a little bit, but that's okay. So my first of these equations, this is what I like to refer to as the no-A equation. Now, in this equation, we are simply writing the definition of average velocity. This is what it is. Definition of average velocity. Definition of average velocity. That's all it is. And the definition of average velocity, remember that was V av, was just S divided by T. But that's not all, because average velocity, if the motion has constant acceleration, we can calculate it another way. So if I take a graph like this, make it nice and small, and I write down on this axis here, let's put velocity, and this axis here, let's put time, just like that, then you'll remember that the displacement is the area under this line. This was a GCSE thing. So hopefully you remember this from GCSE. If you don't panic. It's okay, you're studying A-level now. So we've got some instant in time here, which we can call t. We have our initial velocity u and our final velocity v, like that. And if we remember, the displacement was the area under this line. That's what we called the displacement. So we can go ahead and label that area equals displacement. And if the acceleration is constant, then we'll have a straight line. So we'll make a little note of that as well. Straight if acceleration is constant. There we go. So if the acceleration is constant, that line is straight. We're looking for the area. This is a simple trapezium, and so the area of the trapezium, S, area of trapezium, is going to be equal to the average of V and U, which, because it's a straight line, is just going to be V plus U divided by 2, multiplied by T. I don't even have to put the dot there. Let's throw some brackets on here or something. That's going to be the area of that shape. Okay, that's fine. That is what S is. And S is, as we know from the top equation here, S is V average multiplied by T. Just like that. So that means that V average in this case is just V plus U divided by 2. Now that only works because it's a straight line. That only works because it's constant acceleration. Only works for constant A. This is why I like deriving this equation first. So we can now plug that into the top equation, V average. So V average was just V plus U divided by 2. And that is going to be equal to S over T. And that equation has S, U, V, and T in it, but no A. We can rearrange that equation. Very often it's rearranged to make S the subject, but it doesn't have to be. So we end up with V plus U over 2, and then we can put some cheeky brackets around this and multiply that by T if we want to. I'm easygoing, it doesn't really matter. That's plus U, brackets, T, put the equals in, put that line there, and put the 2. And that is the first of what we call the Suvat equations. It is actually just the definition of average velocity. Because if you divide through by T from the equation I've drawn the box around, you divide through by T, you get S over T, which is average velocity, which is just V plus U over 2 if the acceleration is constant. Now that's important because any equation we derive from that is only going to be valid if the acceleration is constant. That adds a limitation onto those equations. So next, let's look at equation number 2. Equation number 2 is actually just the definition of acceleration. But this one is going to be what I like to call the no A equation. The no S equation. We've already done no A. This is the no S equation. It's interesting that the first equation requires constant A, and A isn't even in it. But anyway, this is the definition of acceleration. That's all this is. So what is the definition of acceleration? Well, we've already met that. We could say that A was equal to V plus U, try again, V minus U, divided by T. And if we wanted to draw a graph, we could see that that is the gradient of a velocity time graph. We've already done that, so I won't do that again. we're there, actually. We just rearrange this equation to make v the subject if we want to. V equals u plus at is how this equation is usually presented. But we're there, we don't have to do anything else. The definition of acceleration rearranged is the no-s equation. It relates v, u, a, and t, only works if the acceleration is v minus u over t, which is only true if the velocity versus time graph shows a straight line. So this is only valid, for constant a, but you get the idea. Anything we derive from these is going to have the same limitation. So the third equation is going to be our equation that we met at GCSE level. This is the no-t equation. And if you had a decent teacher, they will have derived this for you, or with you, or got you to derive it even. Sometimes this is listed as the fourth equation, but I'm going to put it as the third equation because you've already met it before. And what do? Well, we want no t. We can take equation 1 and equation 2 and combine them. And actually, we're going to combine equation 1 and equation 2 for the next 3 equations. So we want no t. Let's make t the subject of equation 1. Equation 1 becomes t equals 2s divided by v plus u. I'm hoping you can do the algebra as quickly as that. It's on the screen in the top right. Multiply both sides by 2, divide through by v plus u, and you end up with that equation there. We also know that equation 2 can be written with t as the subject. Equation 2 would be t is equal to v minus u divided by a. And again, I hope your algebra is quick enough. Well, if the equation on the left is equal to t and the equation on the right is equal to t, then the equation on the left is equal to the equation on the right. So we could say that 2s divided by v plus u is equal to v minus u divided by a. Now, I don't like those on the denominator, so I'm going to rearrange it to get multiply through by a, 2as, and multiply through by v plus u, v plus u, v minus u. And of course, you can multiply out those brackets. We end up with v squared. We get a uv, and we get a minus uv, so they'll cancel. I can write them here if you want me to. uv minus uv, but it's completely pointless. And then we end up with minus u squared. They cancel out. And so we are left with 2as is equal to v squared minus u squared, or, as it's usually written, v squared is equal to u squared plus 2as. And there it is. Now, you were given that equation at GCSE level and expected to be able to rearrange it and use it. Now you know how to get it if you didn't know already. So that is the no-t equation. There's no t in that equation. And you can derive that equation graphically as well. You can do a little bit of calculus on it, but we don't need to do that. We could just come up with that equation using this very straightforward algebra as well. So let's do the simplest way. Right, number 4. Number 4 is going to be our no-v equation. And the no-v equation, I'm running out of room here, so I might have to do number 4 and number 5 side by side. We'll practice using these equations lots and lots and lots, I'm sure. And this will be the no-u equation. So we've got the no-v and the no-u equation. And they're both very similar derivations to what we had before. We just equate some equation. So the no v equation, we'll take equation 1, but we'll write it with v as the subject. So that's going to be 2s divided by t minus u. And we take equation 2, we rearrange it to make v the subject. Oh, I didn't write the subject, hang on. Should never have an expression just floating around without the equal sign. That's really, really bad practice. So v equals, and just double check that that's right. Add u to both sides. Yeah, that's right. Right, number 2, we want to get v the subject. So we're going to end up with v equals, oh, hang on, we've already got this one. So it's going to be u plus at. So we can equate them with each other. So 2s over t minus u is equal to u plus at. Let's add u to both sides. 2s over t is equal to 2u plus at. Let's times through by t, so that becomes t squared, that becomes ut, and the t disappears off there. And let's divide through by 2. So that goes, and we end up with all of that divided by 2. Cut out a few steps there, because otherwise I wouldn't have a lot of space. We end up with s equals ut plus a half at squared. Now I do teach that to my GCSE students, and the derivation in full, ut plus half at squared. You can get from there to there yourself. Do practice it, make sure you can. That is the third, as it usually is listed, but I'm going to call it the fourth of the 𝗟𝗶 equations. But there is a fifth one that you'll use in A-level mathematics, which is no more difficult to derive than the fourth one. You're just going to do exactly the same thing. So u is going to be the subject now instead. And so that's going to be 2s divided by t minus v. And equation 2, is going to be v minus at. And then you combine them. So 2s over t minus v is going to equal v minus at. Add v to both sides, so you end up with 2s over t is equal to 2v minus at. Multiply both sides by t. Starts looking a bit like, don't need a square there. Starts looking a bit like that. And then finally divide through by 2, and you end up with the equation there. And I'll just write that a little bit neater. But s equals vt minus half at squared is the fifth 𝗟𝗏 equation, which just falls out of the same method as we had before. So s equals vt minus half at squared. There might be quicker ways of deriving it. And there are lots of ways. I think I've came up with 5 different ways of deriving it, but this is all you need. Okay, so how do we use these equations? Well, any situation where we've got constant acceleration, we write down what we know. S equals, U equals, V equals, A equals, T equals. We look at that list. Anything we don't know is left blank. Anything we do know is filled in. And what we want to calculate will be one of those things that's blank. And based on that, we work out which of these 5 equations to use. Which quantity are we not given, and we also don't care about. So we take the one of these 5 equations that we actually do care about, we plug in the numbers we've got, we rearrange it, and we get our answer. So that is the 5 equations of motion for uniform acceleration, or constant acceleration as I'd prefer to call them. And I think I'll leave that there.